Hello, I'm Tylah Tully, and today I'm joined by GTI Energy Executive Director and CEO Bruce Lane. Bruce, GTI recently completed a scoping study on its in-situ recovery uranium project in Wyoming. What did this study say about the Lo Herma project?
Yeah, hi Tyler. Look, the study gave us real encouragement that it's worth continuing to invest in the project. We modelled it, the project at various uranium prices. We're looking at sort of $85 or $90 as our base case, but we modelled it right back down to $60, which looks like that's the sort of break-even uranium price. So we think there's plenty of upside at the current level. The next step for us is really to get on and do further work.
Since releasing the study, GTI is now focused on drill planning to upgrade the project's resource. Tell us about the timeline for these works.
Yeah, we're in the process of finalising the permit part of that. We've got an existing permit in place, but we're just amending that in light of what we found with the study. And the focus, the two parts of that exploration work are to upgrade some more of the inferred into indicated. We've got 32% indicated resources under the study at the moment, and so what we'll look to do is push that percentage up. But at the same time, we're targeting growing the project. So we've got a kind of target of around £10 million, and maybe we can do better than that. But in addition, we'll collect a bit more hydrogeological data, we'll collect some more core samples and do further metallurgical confirmation work, further leach studies. But yeah, let's timing-wise, we're looking to get out in the field, in the back end of this year, and look at maybe as early as August or maybe September, and then we'd look to update our resource off the back of that, and then potentially look to the study again to update that study document, and then maybe publish that again later in the year, depending on how we go.
Lastly, what factors are currently driving an appetite for uranium in North America right now?
Yeah, there's a lot of things been going on with the Trump executive orders, the acceleration of permitting, a number of factors. But look, the latest things that are important is that Westinghouse are now in talks with the US government about helping support that objective to build 10 new reactors. And I think the objective is 2030 actually, which was pretty soon, so they better get going. Westinghouse have the AP1000 reactor design, and that was the last design that was built in the US. So it is, I believe, the only large-scale modern reactor design that is permitted in the US. So they're in talking to the government about, to the US government about how they access the loans program and get support in place through permitting and funding. To be able to then move forward with those. So that's a really, milestone in terms of building gigawatt-scale reactors, not just small modular reactors. The other thing that's happened recently is Diablo Canyon have been, which is the last large power plant in California, it's just been approved for a 20-year life extension by the NRC. It doesn't mean it's been approved by the state yet. There's still work to be done to actually get that final approval in place, but importantly, the NRC has said that they're happy for it to continue operating for another 20 years. And just to break that down, a reactor uses those gigawatt-scale reactors use roughly 500,000 pounds of uranium a year. So that one reactor on its own for another 20 years, you're talking about another 10 million pounds of uranium just for that alone. And the US uses about 50 million pounds or thereabouts a year at the moment. So there's those two things, the latest things that I'm aware of, and they're both extremely encouraging for domestic supply of nuclear fuel, including uranium. So lots to be encouraged about, I think.
Bruce, thank you so much for joining us today.
Great, thanks Tyler. Good to talk to you again.